Hi, I'm Brian Nisley. My mastery journey began when I watched my first film at a young age. It instilled a sense of wonder that I knew would drive me into adulthood. I got a camera and started shooting, which is where I grew my passion for cinematography. Although I detoured a lot from my path over the years, I did have the chance to work on a few projects that kept the love for filmmaking alive. I was a cinematographer for a feature-length independent film and worked on a few commercials around Pennsylvania. I went down some path that might have taken me away from following my dreams, but eventually the calling won out and I found myself pursuing and completing my undergraduate studies in film at Full Sail University. Now I'm pursuing my master's degree in an effort to further my education, trying to get a leg up on my competition in an oversaturated market. While reading Robert Greene's Mastery, I found myself drawn to the story of Teresita Fernandez, a sculptor who works with steel. Her mastery path resonated with me in that she was fascinated with something early in her life that drove her. For her, it was alchemy. She notes that it resembles in many ways the artistic and creative process itself. Robert Greene says that first, a thought or idea stirs in the mind of the artist. Slowly, he or she transforms this idea into a material work of art, which creates the third element, a response in the viewer. An emotion of some sort that the artist wishes to provoke. That's how I feel about the process of filmmaking. Teresita is also drawn to minimalism, which is quoted as being a form of expression that communicates through the most minimal amount of material. And that is how I try to approach my visual storytelling, with lockdown shots that allow the actor the freedom of movement, very similar to how David Fincher uses the camera. Nothing incredibly flashy, just letting the story dictate how characters are framed. Teresita Fernandez was someone who spoke through her work. Robert Greene says that her enormous steel sculptures conveyed that sense of power that she always felt within her. My first question for her is, considering her attraction to steel as a sculpting medium, are there any other mediums, not necessarily in the sculpting discipline, that she feels she might also be able to express herself with? Teresita also crafted an appropriate persona for herself, especially after her university years. Robert Greene says that she might have fallen prey to being judged by her physical attractiveness, so she slowly developed a new style that would suit her. She'd be assertive and speak with authority about the content of her work while she enveloped her work process in mystery. My second question for her is, how did she know when the time was right to make the transition between personas in order to gain the respect and command she had over her medium? Of Robert Greene's 7 Deadly Realities, envy and self-obsessiveness are probably the two that may affect me the most. Even now, the success of some people right out of undergraduate school has me conflicted that maybe that could have been me, and I want their success. I've also noticed that my agenda seems to revolve around me, not just in my mastery journey, but also in personal relationships. It's something I need to keep in check and constantly remind myself that I need to think of others. Thank you.